Alrighty, I just finished my second match for the Dominion Online Championships mere moments ago. That'll probably be up shortly after this. Let's cap things off with the Daily Kingdom. What have we here? Looks pretty straightforward. We got villages with port and crown. Draw is Ranger, Alchemist, Masquerade. Rangers plus buy. There's also War Chest for gains. Thinning is Secluded Shrine and Masquerade, and Sentry. There's Receive Tribute. If you've gained at least 3 cards this turn, gain up to 3 differently named action cards you don't have copies of in play. How easy is that to make happen? Not too trivial here. Like if you played a Ranger and you hit 9, you could go Delve, Copper, Receive Tribute, which sounds, it's okay. The thing that makes it somewhat appealing is you could get an Alchemist off of Receive Tribute without having to go into potions, and that's kind of nice. But also the potion synergizes with Alchemist, so why are you trying to avoid the potion? That's less of an upside than with most potion cost cards. I'm not sure. Maybe if you take an early War Chest seems alright here. Like you crown a War Chest, that gains you 2 cards. Then you go Delve, Receive Tribute on 7. I think this might be activatable. I don't think it's important enough to build around activating it, but it's a thing to consider. Masquerade is a nasty attack card. In part because it doesn't even say attack, so you can't block it. So for example, an Alchemist stack, you would not want to top deck 5 Alchemists, so you'd find yourself passing an Alchemist to Masquerade. Is there a way to reliably top deck a junk card in this kingdom? Kinda. It's like you can play with a stack of Alchemists and then play a Bureaucrat every turn and just leave a silver on top of your deck plus 4 Alchemists, and then you pass your opponent a silver, and that allows you to have no junk in your deck and not worry about the Masquerade attack too badly. I don't know if that comes up at all. I kind of like the idea of Alchemist for kicking things off, but I'm not sure it's worth the detour into Potion. Like you have to play Ranger for plus buy anyway, so you can already get Thin. You already have to play Ranger for draw. There might just not be a purpose in taking Alchemist just because you don't need the draw that much. Yeah, I'm going to say it's probably just not worth it. I like Alchemist. I want it to be a good answer. I don't think it's quite worth it here. I think you just take early Masquerade, Thin a bit, Rangers, Ports, Crowns. That's the deck. Fairly straightforward, I would think. I'm going to say that open is probably Double Delve Masquerade. Seems correct to me. Five? Didn't find the Masquerade, but I surely can't complain about hitting 5. Okay, now I can complain a little bit because my Masquerade is hiding. Should take a second one then, I suppose. Take a Copper. Things aren't exactly working out how they're supposed to work out. I'm supposed to play that Masquerade in the first shuffle, but not on the second shuffle, and then also draw my other Masquerade dead. I've had better days. This is what it's supposed to look like. Somewhat scarily, the bot seems to be doing approximately the right stuff. It's got 2 Masquerades, Ports, Ranger, all that makes sense. It's skipping Sentry, but like, that's not unreasonable. Sentry's a phenomenal trasher, but so is Masquerade. Why is it slowing down? It normally gets really slow when it's losing, and I think if anything the bot's ahead here. Maybe it's just a brief hiccup. Yeah, like look at this turn. This is what my deck wants to do. Can my deck do it? Nope. Where's my other village? Where's it hiding? I played it earlier in the shuffle, is the answer. Alas, my sentry is also hiding. Alright, set the ranger token, buy a second ranger. This is the general position you want to be in with rangers, is you want to have 2 of them, or an even number. Generally 2 is the number. And then you play 1 to draw 5. You play the other one to reset the token. But you really want the token oriented so that it's face down going into the start of your turn, and your first ranger draws 5. You don't want to have to find 2 villages and 2 rangers, although as it happens I did do that, to kick off your turn. So usually you want like get 1 ranger, set the token, add a second ranger, and make sure you're playing both rangers every turn. Right, should be drawing deck here. So payload time. This is 9. Should I do the thing? Oh! I mentioned double delve. What about just port copper receive tribute? That works, right? I would gain an alchemist and a crown. There's not a third action I really care about very much. I guess, is bureaucrat better than nothing? I don't know. I kind of want the ports anyway. If I'm not buying receive tribute, I would probably undo the copper trash and do like war chest crown or something. I think I'm gonna do the thing. Alchemist, crown. Neither of these makes much. I have more than enough thinning. Secluded Shrine isn't helping in that regard. I'm gonna take the bureaucrat, I suppose. It might just die again. I might keep it around and do the little masquerade shenanigans. Yeah, now I don't know. I talked myself out of Alchemist. I'm talking myself back into it. I got this bureaucrat anyway. Might as well take a potion, take some alchemists maybe. I could crown the potion and then get alchemists faster. That's not something you do every day. Basically the trouble is like, you don't want any coppers or estates in your deck. But if you don't have any coppers or estates in your deck, and then your opponent plays a masquerade, you gotta give them something shiny. And the way around that is like, if you just top deck 1 bad card, and then have no other bad cards in your deck, well then you're good. You just pass whatever that card is. And I think the best way to do that here would be to play a bureaucrat at end of turn. And then, if you're top decking 1 bad card, you're risking dudding. And a good way to avoid dudding is if you top deck a bunch of good cards, which alchemists can do. So kind of like the idea of get like 3 more alchemists, top deck 4 alchemists and a silver every turn, and then you don't dub, but you're also immune to masquerade. That might be more trouble than it's worth. Wouldn't say that's not the case, but kind of want to do that. There's a lot of points to go around because of fairgrounds, so probably want to collect a bunch of these. I don't think it's that hard to get these to 6. I should probably crown this to be safe. I didn't really want to crown the masquerade, but failing to find ranger here would be a doozy. Oh, a masquerade for me? Well, I don't want you to have that back, but I don't want it either, so it gets to die. Okay, I still have more than enough silvers, more than enough coppers, I should say, that I'm not too worried about keeping that silver on top at the moment. Okie dokie. 10 money. Crown war chest. Potion and something or other. Unclear. I kind of like the potion. I really do. Might not be the most responsible buy ever. Receive tribute does nothing now because I've played like every action I could conceivably want to gain, and so it would just gain me a secluded shrine for 5. I'm drawing here with the 2 rangers. We're a little bit tight. I did have to crown a masquerade, so maybe potion war chest is too greedy, and I want to say potion crown is the more conservative thing. I managed to draw without playing this crown I can use it to like crown a potion or something and use it as payload. But crown is a card that can be used as draw as needed. And I think with just the 2 rangers I might need that. Okay, with those on top, I think I'm not going to crown anything for the time being. One, two, three, four, 5 ports. So this draws my deck. That's a nice starting hand you got there, bot. Okay, Alchemist, Alchemist, and what? I would like to have one more money. Unfortunately, the copper trash is a red undo because I've done other things like attack the bot since then. I think I should have counted this up, because had I realized that the 1 extra copper was the difference between hitting 4 and 5, I think I would keep a copper around to buy an extra 5 cost, probably. It's not totally obvious. Probably a 3rd ranger is fine. You always want to play an even number of rangers, so if I'm taking a 3rd ranger, I have to be prepared to crown a ranger, but like that's okay. I did just add 2 alchemists, and I did just trash 1 copper, 2 coppers. I've trashed 2 coppers, I've added 2 alchemists. I'm considering, could this just be 2 silvers? My deck, I think my deck can support that. I didn't use either of my crowns for draw this turn. So I think this turn I probably just plan to use one of the crowns on a draw card or something. And I should still get through my deck just fine. Alright, fine, bot. You can have a silver. I feel a little bit ahead now, but not like bot should be resigning itself to its fate ahead or anything. Now it's speeding up again. Yeah, I don't know. Something about maybe it's the masquerades makes the bot think hard. I'm not sure exactly. It is an enigma. A veritable black box. They did the thing. Good on you, bot. What are you gaining? Not ports, because they're empty, and also you played them. Not masquerade, not ranger. Oh, sentry. You don't have sentry yet. Yeah, and receive tribute for alchemist plus sentry seems good. There's not a good 3rd card. Oh, is this optional? Up to 3. Oh my goodness, you don't even have to gain a 3rd one. I'm not sure I knew that. I think the bureaucrat's probably better than nothing, but like that's not totally obvious. Here I am potentially deading with a bureaucrat in hand, just in time to prove the bot's point. Okay, this looks fine, I think. This should probably be safe enough. Crown Alchemist. And now we are all safe and sound. Have a copper, please? I was confused where my 3rd ranger went, and the answer is the supply, because I never got it. So this is 10. If I crown the silver, I'm once again hitting... So if I crown the potion, I'd be hitting Alchemist, Alchemist, and 4, which that actually sounds okay now that I think about it, because I want more gain, so it could be Ranger. I think I'd rather add a War Chest now, probably. What happens if I crown silver? A line that's kind of equivalent to crowning silver would just be crown bureaucrat, play one of these, draw card. It's like the port but not the sentry, or vice versa. Then I leave a silver on top. But also drew a silver. So I have 10, 12, and a potion. It's a 4 and a 5. That sounds pretty good. I like that line. Ooh, I'm sorry, bot. Whoa, ooh, with that in mind, that's a dud hand the bot has there. I don't even need to leave a silver on top. The bot's not masquerading me. This opens up a world of possibilities. War chest crown. War chest gold. Probably have to suck it up and get a gold at some point if I want these fairgrounds to be worth anything. Third ranger actually still seems really good. Maybe this doesn't change anything at all. I can take a free silver. Yeah, just go delve, ranger, war chest, final answer. I got these alchemists on top now, which are going to make it harder to dud. I also, what's my autoplay settings? How do I change that? Does this not have an autoplay? Am I making that up? I swear to God, Alchemist doesn't autoplay, doesn't it? Maybe I'm hallucinating that. I thought there was like an automatically top deck option that I was going to have to turn off because I only want to top deck 4 of them in the future. I have an odd number of rangers, so I want to crown a ranger. That's not a ranger. That's not a ranger. I don't need 2 masquerades anymore, I don't think. Don't need your pity coppers either. Okie dokie. Now all's right with the world. Bureaucrat. That's a nice hand you have. Ranger. Probably crowning the war chest seems best, I think. What you gonna name? Ranger? I mean, I do kind of want a 4th ranger. Fair enough, but I'll just buy it. Crown seemed great. I don't think I want any more war chests, because I can always crown war chests if I want additional plays. Sentry also I'm perfectly happy having more of, just for lining up the cards in a desirable order. Okie dokie. Probably time to start thinking about greening pretty soon, which is going to mean fairgrounds. I think I do want a 4th ranger. Ooh, piles? I should watch out for piles as well. Maybe this is just a province now. Can the bot can't touch alchemists, really. Crown is low-ish, but not in a dangerous area. Masquerade? Maybe I can't afford to buy a ranger. I want to be... The bot likes piling things. I like my position, and I don't want to take any risks. I'm not going to take another ranger. I should probably... Let's make sure to crown the rangers that I have. I got to crown either 1 or 3 of them to keep the tokens lined up. Okay. Alchemist. Province Duchy. Gold Fairgrounds. How many unique cards do I have? If I bought a Fairgrounds, I would have a Fairgrounds. Port, that's 2. War Chest. Bureaucrat, 3-4. Sentry, Alchemist, 5-6. Oh no. Oh no. The worst of all possible things happened. I had that feeling where I had to sneeze, but not quite enough to actually sneeze. It's the worst. Anyways, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11? That's still pretty far from 15. I'm thinking Fairgrounds Gold is the answer. Okay, yeah, here we go. It's going to prompt me. I do want to top deck 4 of them. Okay, so now I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12. Copper will be fairly easy to add on a spare buy or with the bot to Masquerade. I'm going to buy a Province for sure at some point. 13, 14. So yeah, Province, Duchy, Copper will get me there. There's 18 total cards in the kingdom, so I can afford to not gain 3. Probably not Curse. Probably not Secluded Shrine. Like if I plan to gain no more treasures at all for the rest of the game, I could just get a Secluded Shrine and keep it in play. But crowns are going to be a good gain, I think, pretty often. There's also Delve. So I can afford to not gain a Curse, not gain a Secluded Shrine, and then either Estate or Copper I can forego. And if I get everything else, I'll have 6-point Fairgrounds. What you thinking about, bot? Should I play this port? Should I not play this port? Difficult decisions. It's time like these that I feel compelled to examine the art in the kingdom. Port, it's alright, a little bit basic. Harbor Village basically looks like this, except way better. Harbor Village is a beautiful card. Alchemist, I dig it. Not the best of it all the time, but solid 8 out of 10. Bureaucrat, he's alright too. Fairly basic, which I guess makes sense given the set that he's from. Okie dokie. Probably should crown at least one draw card, and then also the Ranger. Crown, action gets you an extra village relative to crown, action. But I think actions are mostly no object for me here. And so I didn't do that because I'd rather retain the option of choosing what to crown. Alright, bot, show me what you got. Okay, maybe I should have crowned the bureaucrat. Now I don't know. I wanted to know if it had a dud. Like if it has like a dud hand or like just treasures on a port, I don't want to pass the Masquerade back quite so much. I didn't anticipate it having the province up top, which I probably should have. It has like 3 provinces at this point. Yeah, I could have just crowned the thingamajig and been fine. Alright, well, I guess we're not playing the Masquerade. Got 3 targets for the crown. Gold Potion, War Chest. Wouldn't mind 2 more Alchemists, but I think 1 is probably enough. I think War Chest looks like the best answer, probably. I get 2 of Duchy, Crown, Sentry. Duchy would be my top choice at this point, but like if I only get a crown and a sentry, I'm not going to complain. Yeah, I think that's better than 3 more money. Clever girl. Crown is a card I'd rather have in my deck than Sentry. It's definitely better at this stage of the game. But the Crown pile is low-ish, and the Sentry pile is not. Fairgrounds, that's an interesting choice you've made there, bot, given that it does not cost 5 or less. I don't have a pocket bridge ready to go. Probably just one more century. I don't know. Can I afford a crown? Can the bot do 24? What did the bot buy last turn? Double Province Delve, so it had 18. It's up to 20. Think it drew its deck. I think a crown is probably safe. There's like 28 money it needs to pile out. Ranger Masquerade is still the cheaper pile. Yeah, I think I can do another crown. 16. Fairgrounds. Don't have a province yet. Could be province estate. I think province estate copper is actually enough to buff my fairgrounds. Yep. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro. Decline. Okay, so it turns out giving the bot a Masquerade would have been fine after all. Yeah, the bot's deck does a lot on a good day, but it's not quite as reliable. I'm still not totally sure these alchemists are correct. Like, they're kind of slow. They're not the most efficient draw, just like Crowning Rangers is better. But they are really reliable. I get to have a junk card on top always, but then also 4 draw cards on top. Hello, Ranger. Pleasure seeing you. What you got for me? A silver? Okay, well that's my only copper now. Am I threatening pile out? I don't know. Presume I'm getting my first copper back. So I am. Draw silver. Well, I once again could have considered the double bureaucrat thing. Ooh, bot has nice hand. I should be careful. So one of these crowns for sure plays the gold. $25 versus $27. Does that make a big difference? I don't have a points lead, so it's probably not a pilot here, right? I've got maximum 7 gains, and that's constrained by a war chest. Yeah, I don't think I got the money for a pile out. Next turn I could be looking at an alchemist pile out, because with alchemist at 2 I can crown the potion again. Should be a little careful about the fairgrounds pile. Maybe I just crown the silver so I can do fairgrounds, province, and then in fairgrounds it's still at 3. That's probably safer because like the bot does have a good hand. The bot is going to have a real turn here. And the bot can do a decent amount with that. It's going to name Duchy, presumably. Yeah. Well, let me also just consider like if I just do 4 fairgrounds, can it outscore me? Probably not. Definitely want like 2 of those. I think the bot's fairgrounds are only at 2. Sorry, not 2. At 4 points. I think they're on stage 2. Bot's got fairgrounds, port, no War Chest, no Bureaucrat, yes Sentry, yes Alchemist, Crown. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I don't think the bot can easily buff its Fairgrounds to 6. So like I could do Fairgrounds, Alchemist, and then just say you can take the last Fairgrounds, but you can't score enough while also piling, which is probably true, but feels risky. I say that, but like Province Fairgrounds is an equal number of points for me, and actually probably makes it easier for the bot to pile out because it's gonna buy points anyway, and Fairgrounds is gonna be like its most efficient point source. Yeah, maybe this is just the best play. Let me just stare at this really fast. I'm up by 19 points. Bot's got 4. I don't think it has enough extra buys or money to detour to make Fairgrounds 6. So it would have to do like Fairgrounds triple Province or something. Yeah, I think this is safe. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro. Alright, you got your big hand. What you gonna do with it? We're gonna consider whether to play a port. Bot, please. This is not the thinky port. You click the villages, you click the draw cards, you think at the end of the turn. Maybe it was not obvious what to crown. So about this art. Fairgrounds is very brown. It's not a pleasant looking Fairground. She does not look like she's having a good time. War Chest, yeah, it's alright. Gonna say like 3 out of 10, 4 out of 10. Sentry, it's also fine. 4 out of 10. Crown, so I like the pillow a lot more than I like the crown. It's a nice texture. 7 out of 10 pillow. 3 out of 10 crown. Ranger's good art. I like the brook. I like the ranger. The animals look pretty realistic. Yeah, all around 9 out of 10. Masquerade? I don't think I ever noticed, but Masquerade has piercingly blue eyes. The trouble is, I'm looking at the card, and it's probably like good art, but I don't like Masquerade, and that is coloring my opinion of it. If I look at this art, I'm like, ew, it's Masquerade. But like just from an artistic perspective, I think it's probably pretty good. Oh, you want me to pass you something? I'm trying. Does the bot have to select its card? Yeah, okay. There you go. There's your card. Secluded Shrine. It's alright. 5 out of 10. Receive Tribute. This is one of the ones done by the Japanese artists, I believe. These people don't even look real. They look like wood statues or something. I like the guards a bit more. 6 out of 10. Delve. Delve's art disappoints me because it, at a glance, if you look close, it looks nothing like Gamble. At a glance, it looks like Gamble. I don't really like Gamble. And then I see Delve, I'm like, ooh, Gamble. Love Gamble. And then I realize it's Delve, and that's always a disappointment. Otherwise, the art's fine. 7 out of 10. It's kind of monochromatic, but they're delving. Can't really blame the art for that. See, I want to say clear winner of this kingdom is Ranger. And yeah, sure enough, the bot didn't have nearly enough money to do the thing. Crown Alchemist, Crown Masquerade, because I'd really like to not dud, if at all possible. Why didn't passing the copper cost me points? Also, I'm dudding here. Shoot. Why didn't passing copper cost me points? Do I have 16 cards? Do I have another copper that I forgot about? Don't really know. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I don't have a duchy. I must have a second copper in my deck. Now I'm very confused. Why do I still have points? I don't have Secluded Shrine, don't have Curse, I don't have Duchy, and I thought I didn't have... There must be another copper in there somewhere, somehow, but I don't know how that's true. Okay, so this is still a bit of a dud, but this is probably enough, right? If I didn't find the Ranger at all, that'd be a disaster because I only have one buy. So if I just play the Ranger, I'm only looking at 13 guaranteed in hand. If I crown the Ranger, I get an extra buy. I don't draw any more cards. Only the first play would draw. So it's if I play the Ranger and crown the Potion, it's possible for me to pile out Alchemists if the bot's not paying careful. No, that's not even true. I was gonna say I could gain a Ranger off of the War Chest, but I just have to buy 3 cards. That doesn't work, and I can't gain the Fairgrounds. Yeah, I think the answer is I crown the Ranger. The reason to just play the Ranger, I think, would be shooting for double Province. Keep the crown because it's 2 extra money if I crown the silver. Now I'm saying that, convincing myself I should just play the Ranger and go for the double Province line. The crown and the Ranger opens up pile-up possibilities. If I hit... Yeah, I should crown the Ranger. So worst case scenario, if I hit 14, crowning that silver would have got me to 16, but with 14 I can do Ranger double Fairgrounds. So I don't think there's any line where keeping the crown is actually better for me, probably. Alrighty. I would prefer to pile out the Alchemists, personally. I wonder if that was dangerous, what I just did there. Bot, once again, named Fairgrounds. I admire the Spirit bot. So if the bot had named Ranger, would I have been in trouble? I don't know. Probably not. Okay, so a little bit of a dud at the end, but I don't think it was going to matter very much. So I did have a second copper. I believe I looked at the log, and the log said I played 1 copper. Where is that other copper? I don't know. I'm confused. Clearly there's a copper in my deck that I don't know how it got there. Oh, maybe that was the copper I initially had, and the copper I was thinking about was a copper that did the bot pass me a copper mid-turn? Ah, that's what it is. So I had 1 copper in my deck. The copper that was passing away was the copper that bot had just given me, and that's where all my confusion was coming from. Okay. This is just about the thinnest I've ever seen the bot's deck. It got rid of all its junk. Good for you, bot. I mean, this seems fine. You know, you got ports, Rangers, Crowns, Masquerade. That's all well and good. So I think it's mostly doing the right stuff. Maybe slightly less efficient decisions there, despite the think time. But it seems like it's on the right track.